Hello everyone, this is Iran Talk, and in this video I'd like to discuss the many perversions of Jason Reza Jorjani. In this expose, I will be presenting evidence from leaked conversations Jorjani had with a friend of mine which revealed his perversions. These perversions are also evident from Jorjani's many monographs that were published by Arctos. With all this considered, the primary objective of this expose is to shed light on Jorjani's perversions. Another point that must be emphasized is that I will not primarily be focusing on Jorjani's lesbian transgenderism, as I've covered that many times in my previous videos. In fact, because of these past developments, I do not consider Jorjani to be a man. Now, without further ado, I'd like to begin this expose. Up first, we have this leaked conversation that Jorjani had with a friend of mine, and he said that he would be willing to have sex with some of Yamamoto's subjects. It's worth noting that the subjects he's referring to are males, and what this means is that Jorjani has homoerotic fantasies. And as further evidence for this, you can see that Jorjani shared images of Yamamoto's subjects who are painted with a very feminine physique, nonetheless they're males. Thus, Jason Reza Jorjani does indeed have homoerotic fantasies. Now, I am in possession of groundbreaking evidence which proves that Jorjani has had these fantasies ever since he was a child. In this context, Jorjani fantasized about a friend of his mother's by the name of Jean. It is worth mentioning that Jorjani's father did not like Jean, nonetheless, Jorjani had quite a thing for her. And Jason's love for Jean probably grew out of the fact that when he was young, Jean's mother would host birthday parties for her son, and in those parties, Jorjani would be King Arthur. These were Camelot themed parties for those of you who are wondering. And here is the evidence for Jean's close relationship with Jorjani's mother. As you can see, Jorjani wrote, "She was my aunt, close friend of my mother. She ran the Isadora Duncan Dance Institute and was into the occult, especially astrology, in her spare time." With these two case studies, you saw that Jorjani has homoerotic tendencies, but not only that, he also has pseudo-incestuous fantasies. And to top it all off, Jorjani shared images of Jean. You can see them here, and again, he's very much into this woman. I reckon that the roots of all of this is in Jason Reza Jorjani's genes, as his father Fereidun Qajar Jorjani is a known womanizer. Here you can see Fereidun with two young women, proving that he is indeed a very odd and interesting individual. As you'll see next, Jorjani's father is the reason for why he is the way he is. In response to my friend sending her regards to Jorjani, Jorjani replied that my father does not deserve your regards. Jorjani then wrote, "My father was a really abusive bastard. If it hadn't been for me protecting her, as young as 5 years of age, she'd be dead. They divorced when I was 15, 10 years of hell. I was just making a joke about how bad Islam is." While this shed lights on why Jorjani is the way he is, it also proves that Jorjani's father was likely a Muslim and is probably still a Muslim. Thus, Jason Reza Jorjani is indeed at odds with his father Fereidun Qajar Jorjani and has been for a very long time. Jason also admitted the hatred and contempt that he has for his parents, and he also does not respect his mother, calling her an NPC, but he does not consider his father to be an NPC. With all of this in mind, I am perplexed as to why and how Jorjani still has a woman in his life. I am of course referring to his engaged fiancée Naseem Noori. I am calling on Naseem again to reconsider her relationship with Jorjani. Before I conclude, I'd just like to say that the perversion of Jason Reza Jorjani is evident from his 3 monographs that he has recently released. The first of these was titled Uberman and it was published in March 2022. It follows the life of Jason Reza Jorjani as a woman. Jorjani then published Psychotron. Psychotron is just a continuation of Dana Avalon's adventures, and in this monograph she realizes that she was Nikola Tesla. And finally, the most recent of Jorjani's perverted monographs was titled Erosophia, which was released in January of this year. And as you can see, all of these monographs feature a feminized portrayal of Jorjani on the cover, meaning that Jorjani is indeed very perverted. To conclude, I shed light on Jason Reza Jorjani's perversions in this very short expose. What was proven is that based on his own admission, Jorjani is indeed a perverse individual. And these perversions in the form of homoeroticism and pseudo-incest have seeped into Jorjani's writings. That is essentially it for this expose. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.